Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Kaden, this is Stephanie, and this is Real Talk Real Estate. Today we are chit-chatting about inspections.
All the good stuff. Mostly, I guess what we'll be going over today is what to fix on and what to let go when you get your home inspection report back. Because
Because you normally get that and you're looking at a 40, 50, 60-page report that to most, first-time buyers or even second, third time, it's like
overwhelming.
Eyes bulging out of your face. It's like, holy, this home has 60 pages worth of problems.
Yeah.
Which is generally not the case whatsoever.
No.
But yeah, just breaking that down, kind of divulging a little bit on what to read into and what to attack and what to just move on from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, like, kind of going off of what Kaden said, like, inspection reports are long, but inspectors it's their job to report everything that they find. And like he said, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's 60 pages worth of
Problems.
Like actual damages, or most of the time it could be, outlets that don't have GCFI or hairline fractures from settling in the ceiling.
Yeah. Bad caulking around a tub.
Yeah. It's not always stuff that's super detrimental to the home structure itself. So, yeah, I guess we're just going to go over the fix-it list. Some things that maybe you would want to get fixed if it does come back in a home inspection report, and things that you would want to negotiate on.
Yeah, so, I mean, my kind of thoughts and eyes is that fix-it list is you're going to be looking more at the big ticket items.
Yeah.
Like if you get your report back and the roof's bad, has maybe even a few shingles and a few spots is something to maybe look into. But if it's near the end of its life, the furnace or HVAC, and for the furnace, sometimes it's even a cleaning. If it's noted that it looks like it hasn't been cleaned in a few years, even in the ducts, and if they have pets in the house, that's not even a bad thing to try and get in on. But any electrical, outdated panels or outdated wiring, and plumbing is another one. Poly B. There's, I want to say 99% of insurance companies will not insure Poly B. Some out there that do, some that give you a grace period to repair it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really big one that comes up. And then anything big, structural wise. Yeah, any big cracks or any big, framing issues too, if like in the attic as well.
Yeah.
As much as someone can get up there, and I want to tell a story about an attic, but I don't know if I can tell a story about an attic.
Why? Can you tiptoe around the story of the attic? What's going on in this attic?
A few moments later.
And scene.
It was a good story. I wish you could have heard it. Okay, and then I guess, so things to let go. Again, kind of just smaller fixes around the house. Outlet covers, minor drywall or concrete cracks, old caulking around tubs and windows, missing GFCI outlets, or slightly uneven grading. Just more general wear and tear and cosmetic stuff around the house, like if there's a crappy paint job or if there's holes in the walls from where they had pictures hung. That doesn't really constitute as, something that you would negotiate.
There's some lines, and if you try negotiating everything or negotiating too hard, it can push towards losing a deal.
It could.
A seller essentially has no obligation whatsoever to fix or change anything.
Yeah.
It's more, again, a negotiation on big things. If it's some smaller things and little things, sure, to a degree.
Yeah.
But you kind of need to pick your battles for sure.
Absolutely. I agree. So how to actually negotiate off of an inspection? You have 3 options, which you can ask for repairs, you can do a price reduction, or closing credit. So you can then go and get those repairs made. I've done all of those before.
Yeah, me too. And it's kind of situational
Yeah.
and what works best. Sometimes if you're asking for the seller to do it, there's some back and forth there because
Now
you don't know who they're hiring. You don't know, You're saying, hey, we want this fixed. Give us proof.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's kind of a blank slate. Are they going to go
Yeah.
hire someone that you don't approve of? Are you going to...
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you can negotiate in who's doing it,
Yeah.
if that's the thing, to get it done before closing.
Which for larger deals I have, like
Mhm.
for the custom built homes and stuff,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
make sure that it's the same person who did the original work.
Yeah.
That's going back in to
Mhm.
fix it.
But sometimes that's, like, I think I had one, and there was a leak in the basement that happened after we had a deal together.
Mm-hmm.
That was found at the inspection. And then that carried into, like, over a month and a half before we ended up removing conditions.
Yeah.
Just because of the speed at which the work was being completed
Yeah.
was not optimal.
Oh. Okay.
But
yeah.
as the deal was going, that was kind of the one route that was going to make it easiest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what seemed easiest outside looking in, obviously.
Yeah.
In the end, it was not, but yeah, so that's kind of some issues you can run into if you're asking for repairs rather than the other two.
Yeah. So yeah, it is situational for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go into a house where there's obviously a lot of DIY work around,
Mhm.
I don't know if
Mhm.
you'd request them to do those cosmetic fixes
Yes.
because chances are it'll be done by themselves.
Yeah,
which-
and that's the thing with the negotiating, like a big one on like cleaning.
yeah.
The place is really dirty and you're negotiating that, you really want to emphasize to be professionally cleaned
Mhm.
and get copies of invoices and receipts. Because if you're just asking for it to be cleaned,
Yeah.
what's stopping me from going in there with a Swiffer WestJet?
Swiffer wet jet. Isn't it called a wet jet? West jet.
WestJet. I'm thinking about going on a flight.
It's all the snow here. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, wet jet.
But no, it is true though. There's nothing stopping them from doing it themselves or getting their friend to come over. Hey, you want to help me mop?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's-
Well, exactly, right? Like,
Yeah, it could be a different standard of
Mhm.
clean for sure. So be specific when you're negotiating stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you can't ask for everything because then you lose your credibility as well.
Yeah, and I guess just kind of to go back and recap, like that inspection report is going to be your best friend as long as you're in that house. As much as it might help you with negotiating, that inspector is going head to toe throughout that house.
Yeah.
And you're going to know 90%, I want to say, because obviously they can't go digging behind walls and anything like that. But a lot of it just becomes a resource guide for you.
Yeah.
Print that thing off, put it in a binder. When you have something come up,
Refer
boom,
back.
refer back to it. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. I do think that's a smart idea. So before you walk away from a house because of a home inspection, call us first, talk to your realtor, and really kind of go into depth on what's worth it, what's not worth it. And yeah, I think
Yeah, I think that's a
that
pretty
was
good cover.
pretty
It's
quick and easy. Home inspections report are not as scary as you think that they are. They just need a little bit more thought and attention when it comes down to really deciding what matters and what doesn't.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot more than just a daunting document
I know.
staring back at you. That's like,
Oh my gosh.
this little thing, this little thing, this little thing.
I know.
These wires are loose and hanging from the ceiling, or like this light's like to some of the pole lights.
Yeah.
There's no string to pull the light, and
I
it's like,
know.
okay, well now you got to replace everything, right?
I know. Yeah, it doesn't have to be that scary. I mean, in some situations, I'm sure it is really scary.
Oh,
when
I've
there's
seen some things. I'm
genuinely
sure
things-
you've seen some. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We see you.
That's why you have a realtor to walk you through that stuff.
Exactly. Yes.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Real Talk Real Estate. We hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and maybe let us know some things that you have seen come back in your home inspection report that maybe shocked you or maybe you thought was a bigger issue than it actually was. We'd
Yeah.
love to read and we'd love to reply to your comments. And if you're watching this on TV, feel free to refer back to our YouTube channel, Real Talk Real Estate, where we post 2 videos a week every week. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.